everybody, welcome to GTTV. I'm Geoff Keighley, and this week I'm here in New York City because Nintendo has a brand new handheld that's coming out at the end of March. It's the Nintendo 3DS, and we are taking you inside this new device with the only man that knows it so well. It's Reggie from Nintendo. Reggie, Happy New Year. How you doing?
Happy New Year. Good to see you.
It's great to see you. So 3DS is coming out on March 27th. Everyone knows and loves the DS, but this is a handheld gaming device that has a 3D screen that requires no glasses. I mean, people haven't even seen these things on cell phones or anything yet, but Nintendo's first.
But Nintendo has it. Always bringing it to you first.
Now, what are the key features of this? Is it just that it's a 3D screen for a DS? Because it's more powerful, right?
It certainly is more powerful. The big steps forward, the 3D screen without glasses, the ability to take 3D photos, the ability to play back 3D pre-produced content, plus all of the social components, all of the digital components. It's a brand new entertainment device.
Fans, love the DS and those style of games. How are the games going to be different?
Well, the games are going to be different because there'll be a whole new level of immersion that's provided through the 3D experience. So playing a game like, Dead or Alive Dimensions, what you're able to do, the depth of field that you see in that particular game is a whole new way to play. So that's what fans will see. But what they're also going to see are going to be digitally based experiences, applications. We showed a number of them off while we were here doing our announcements. So it's just a range of new experiences that the consumer will see.
So will you have an app store like people know from iPhone and iPad to go and download?
As you know, Nintendo never loves to do what other people have already done. So yes, we will have a Nintendo eShop. We will have digital content. We'll have a range of different applications. But we'll do it with a Nintendo Touch. We'll bring smiles to the face of consumers, and we're going to do it in a way that, from a consumer perspective, feels new, fresh, and different.
Now, will that be on day one for launch?
For the eShop?
Yes.
You'll have to wait just a little bit longer. What we announced today were the big news, right? Launch date, launch price, the fact that we'll have more than 30 titles available during the launch window. There's a lot more details to come. I love to keep things up our sleeve, so we'll be telling more about when's the eShop available. We'll be telling more about when's going to be the first time you'll be able to see 3D pre-produced content. So there's a lot more to talk about.
You are able to, show movies and things like that on this device in 3D. You had some movie trailers I know that you've shown over the past year, so there will be some content. You'll be able to get movies for this device?
There will be 3D pre-produced content. It's not just movies now. I mean, people are doing sports. People are talking about doing things like music videos. There's going to be a range of different content that we'll look to bring to the market.
Now, will you be able to stream that content to your device, or are you going to have to get
You want all of the details before we're ready to announce
But I can see Netflix having, a store.
There's a ton of different things that we could do. And again, it's going to be 2D, 3D, range of different content, so it's going to be special.
All right, so there are more things to announce about the sort of apps and things like that before launch.
There's always more things to announce. There's going to be a range of partners, a range of applications. There's much more news coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, you're only 2 months to go, though. It's coming out soon.
It is coming out soon. But again, one of the things that we've talked about in the past is we don't like to tease people over the course of a year with a lot of impending announcements. Short, compact, to the point, drive lots of buzz, lots of interest, lots of passion for the device.
Now, let's talk about the games that are going to be there when it launches, because you're sort of, a little vague now. You're saying we're going to have 30 games by E3. You showed off a lot of titles, but you haven't confirmed any of them that are going to be there on the first day. Kid Icarus is coming back, but that's not going to be in the launch window. Correct. So that's past E3. So what is the big game that everyone's going to want to buy this thing for?
I think from a first-party perspective, there are three big games, right? The first, Pilot Wings Resort. People loved Pilot Wings when it was on NES, SNES. What we've done is make it even more special, and with the 3D depth of field, it makes flying just a lot more fun. The other big game that we're going to have right at the start, Nintendogs Plus Cats, multi-million unit seller here in the Americas. Consumers said right from the get-go, where's the cats? How do we do that? Mr. Miyamoto decided to incorporate that in. I'll tell you, the sleeper hit, though, is going to be Steel Diver. This is a tech demo that we showed back when we were first experimenting with the original DS. It's now a full-fledged game, makes use of the touchscreen and the gyroscopic element of the 3DS. There's a lot of great content. That's just from a first-party perspective.
How much is that going to cost, though? Steel Diver, looks like a fun game, but, in Japan, you guys are charging what equates to, I think, $60, $70 for some of these games. I mean, that's a lot of money.
First off, when you talk about Japanese prices, you have to be really careful given the exchange rate. You also have to be careful. There's a wide difference between first-party and third-party pricing, at least what's been announced right now. What we've said here in the U.S. is that pricing is going to be about comparable to where we are today with current DS titles, between $35 and $45 here in the U.S.
So that's still a lot of money when people are used to, buying a lot of these smaller games now on, iPhone, iPad for, a couple of dollars. Or something like Steel Diver. I mean, is that really going to support $35, $45?
We believe Steel Diver is absolutely a full-fledged game. It will absolutely support that price. I actually think one of the biggest risks today in our gaming industry are these inexpensive games that are candidly disposable from a consumer standpoint.
You calling Angry Birds disposable?
Angry Birds is a great piece of experience, but
underpriced.
that is one compared to thousands of other pieces of content that for $1 or $2, I think actually create a mentality for the consumer that a piece of gaming content should only be $2.
So they're underpricing.
I actually think some of those games are overpriced at $1 or $2, but that's a whole different story. I mean, the fact of the matter is, we create compelling content. We're an entertainment company, and we believe between $35 and $45 for a great piece of Nintendo 3DS content is the appropriate price.
Now, you showed a lot of games at E3 last year for 3DS, or tech demos. I mean, everything from Star Fox, there's a Paper Mario, there's Mario Kart. I mean, a lot of stuff. We're not seeing any of those games here, and I think a lot of fans are saying, hey, sometimes they announce a handheld system that comes out that fall. This is now coming till the spring. I mean, third parties have had 10 plus months working on it. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're those big, massive launch games. Where are they right now?
Jeff, we can never win, right? So we launch with a Mario game, and people say, well, you always launch with Mario. What else is coming? Where's Kid Icarus? Where's, Pilot Wings? We launch with Pilot Wings, and people say, well, where's Mario, right? So we can never win. The fact of the matter is, we've showed off Mario Kart in different visuals. We've showed off a Paper Mario in different visuals. So Mario's coming. Mario's going to come when it makes the most sense in driving hardware and driving consumer excitement.
For the holidays, I guess, right?
I haven't said that.
That would make the most sense.
We've also shown Ocarina of Time. Yes. And again, we're going to launch that when it makes the right sense.
And that's not in the launch window.
That is not in the launch window, just like Kid Icarus is not in the launch window. But these games are very nearly done. The development is largely complete. So fans are not going to have to wait very long for those titles to come out. We wanted third parties to really have a dramatic presence during the launch window, and we've achieved that.
That's $70 Ridge Racer. Great deal.
So what are you talking about, $70 Ridge Racer?
In Japan, when you translate it
So you have to be clear to your fans that you're talking about a Japanese price converted from yen to dollars at a bad time of currency translation.
All right,
Jeff, you're lying to your fans.
I'm just saying I'm doing the exchange rate. That's what it's. We'll see. You haven't announced the prices.
We have not announced
So maybe you didn't
prices.
announce them because you have some bad news. You don't want to.
We never manage bad news like that. We're upfront, just like we talked about the warning. We are an upfront company.
Yeah, there was. I mean, all that. I was on vacation over the holidays. One vacation I get a year, and I get a CNN breaking news alert that Nintendo warns that the 3DS for anyone under 6 is dangerous. It seems to have died down a little bit now, but I mean, is that really a concern, or Nintendo just being overly cautious?
So two things. First, we've consulted with a range of experts, and what they tell us is that the eye is still communicating to the brain and learning how to communicate to the brain until you're about 6 years old. So that's the basis for the warning, and we stand by the warning. Right. Children 6 and younger should not play the games in 3D mode, right? But second, all current 3D consumer electronic devices have exactly the same warning. So, I've made the statement that it was much ado about nothing. This is a standard protocol for the 3D industry, and we stand by it. It's the right thing to say, and we're putting that information in the hands of the parents to make the best decision for their children.
You've got augmented reality cards that are going to come packed in with the 3DS. There are going to be 6 of them, right?
6 of these AR games is what we're calling it, and they're fantastic. We think this is one of the sleeper killer applications for the device that really highlights what you could do with 3D technology.
You literally put the card on the table and the cameras see it, and it's sort of, 3D sort of geometry and gameplay comes out of it, and you move it around.
We've shown one.
The other ones, are we going to see, Mario, other characters?
The other ones we'll showcase as we get a little bit closer to launch, but they're fantastic. They're brand new experiences, and they really do bring the 3D experience to life.
Will they have Nintendo characters in them, or are they just going to...
You'll have to wait to find out.
You're not ruling it out?
We're not ruling it out.
Okay, we'll have to wait, because we want to see Mario. Imagine
You
Mario
want to see
around.
Mario so badly. I'd love to see this, Jeff.
He's right here.
Oh, look at that. That's why you came to the Nintendo World Store. You had to add to your Mario collection.
I love this little Mario on his bike.
Did you pay for this?
Yes, I did.
Security?
Exactly. $5, Reggie. It was a little overpriced.
$5 for you. They should have charged 10.
Well, I gotta say 3DS is a great idea. It's amazing to see that 3D screen. You guys are gonna be the first to market with that at a great price, $249. I mean, software may be expensive, but the actual device is
expensive for you. Jeff, do they not pay you enough on this network? What's this deal?
I'm buying too many Mario things.
You're stealing Mario games.
Well, who knows what's in your backpack here, Reggie? This is Reggie's Bowser backpack.
This is my Bowser backpack.
See what's in your backpack.
There should be a Nintendo 3DS in here somewhere.
I don't know where. Are we sure?
But this is the wonderful thing about being in the Nintendo World Store. So we have all of these fun content. No, well,
someone steal it?
No. Someone's holding on to it for me, so it doesn't walk away. We know how you are, Jeff.
Worry about the guy on the assembly line in China, Reggie. All right, well, thanks very much for coming on GTTV. You guys want to buy the Nintendo 3DS? It will be out on March 27th for $249. I guess we'll see you again at E3. Maybe we'll have a battle?
We'll have a battle at E3.
On 3DS?
Maybe. What's tough with the cameras is actually seeing the content. But we'll figure out a battle.
There could be some great new Wii games coming as well, right?
There are always new Wii games involved.
Well, I got to say, last thing, Donkey Kong Country Returns, one of my favorite games last year.
Right.
You guys did a great job for that.
That was a wonderful game. The team at Retro, working with our development team in Japan, fabulous job. They'll be talking about that at GDC.
I don't think they didn't get their dues. I think that was a fantastic game. A little difficult, but did you finish that game?
I personally did not. I've been traveling so much, I haven't been logging my hours on my home console. Still working on Dragon Quest and putting lots of hours on that. But I got fairly far in that game.
No use of the Super Guide?
I did not use a Super Guide.
Wow, not once.
Not once.
All right, Reggie,
I don't want to use the Super Guide. I want to figure it out on my. I want to figure it out on my own.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks, Reggie. We will see you soon.
We'll see you soon.